What is up, everyone, and thank you for checking out Don't Say the F Word. We are a pro wrestling and combat sports podcast, and we do not use the F word when we talk about professional wrestling. You should not let your friends use it either. Thank you for checking us out live right here on Instagram, and if you're not checking us out live on Instagram, you're checking us out on YouTube, Spotify, Rumble, wherever you find your podcast. That's where you're finding us, and we appreciate you for it. Please make sure you like, share, subscribe, follow, do all those cool things that you do with a click of a button, and it doesn't cost you any money. We appreciate all that stuff. Any second now, the big guy is on his way, going to be joining us soon. We're going to be discussing the week in pro wrestling, NXT/WWE versus AEW. Who won the Tuesday Night War? We're going to talk about the future of the state of professional wrestling, AEW in particular. We may even talk a little bit about Logan Paul versus Dylan Dennis. I don't know. Maybe we're not going to talk about Logan Paul versus Dylan Dennis. That's kind of up in the air, but we probably will talk about Logan Paul challenging Rey Mysterio. That could be a very cool matchup for the United States Championship in WWE. We will discuss a little bit about the weird fixation that everyone has on the ratings and the live attendance for wrestling events, and if that has any significance on the future of AEW. And the big guy's got some opinions there as to what could be impactful for AEW's ticket sales as of late. And we're working on getting him here. We're getting the illegal brother-in-law Joe on here. Thank you, everyone who is checking us out. We appreciate you joining us here. Make sure you are subscribed to the podcast on Spotify, YouTube, Rumble, wherever it is you get your podcast from. We got the illegal brother-in-law Joe down there in the chat, but I don't see him anywhere. He keeps having these kind of difficulties. I think his internet may still be one of those AOL discs from Walmart. We re-invited Joe to get in here and join us. We accepted Joe's request to join, but it for some reason not popping up. Maybe if I connect this wire and I move this over, I'll unplug that, see if I can get Joe, are you here now? It says Joe turned on video.
It says Joe turned on video. Okay, here we go.
I can hear you. I can't see you, though.
What?
Yeah, I still can't see you.
You gotta be joking. I see. Oh, what the hell? Hold on.
We can hear the illegal brother-in-law. We can't see him.
How about now?
Nope, still can't see you.
Okay. It's kind of weird, but I damn. All right. Well, just carry on without me. Carry on without me. Go ahead. The show must go on.
Yeah, we can hear you. Then that works.
Okay, that's all that matters. Show must go on. Show must go on.
All right. So, Joe, my main question for you is, on Tuesday night, what show did you watch?
I watched NXT.
Did you bounce back and forth, or did you just watch NXT?
I just watched NXT and then did the recap of AEW.
So you didn't go back and watch Dynamite in its entirety at all?
Yeah, that's what I mean. I went back and watched the next day. Next day recap, watched the next day.
Why did you pick NXT over Dynamite?
Because NXT always been on Tuesday nights. And, they started – I just wanted to know what the big announcement was going to be with Cody Rhodes. And it really wasn't nothing. But it made it sound perfect to watch.
Yeah, they definitely hyped that up like that was going to be something. And he just got to be GM for a night.
And they brought back the tournaments.
Yeah.
The Dusty Rhodes tournaments.
We figured the Dusty Cup was coming anyway, right?
I kind of figured that. He back in there, live on Dad's legacies. So, yeah.
You're saying this was just another opportunity for Cody to remind us all that Dusty is his dad?
Yeah. I mean, why not? Think about once Vince McMahon passed away, they're going to have some type of tournament for Vince McMahon, like something crazy. But hey.
You think? I don't know if they'll do it.
They'll probably give it a little it'll be something crazy for Vince McMahon. Just watch.
Vince has said he doesn't even want to be in the Hall of Fame.
Oh, I didn't know that part.
Yeah, Vince said he does not want to be in the Hall of Fame. He just wants, whenever he's gone, he just wants things to carry on.
Okay, well, let it carry on then.
Yeah,
let it carry on.
I don't know. I'm sure they'll put him in the Hall of Fame, but Vince plans to live to be 120 years old.
I mean, he's trying to outpass his mama at, 101?
Is it how old she is?
Yeah.
What was whenever she passed?
101, yeah.
That's crazy.
I know. But I know what's one thing crazy.
That your video isn't working?
Hey, I see myself and I see you perfectly fine, but I don't know what's going on. I don't want it to close out again, then go back and start this other hassle. The show must go on.
Yep, sure does. Yep, that's true.
But I do know one thing.
What's that?
I'm not like the big guy.
What you mean?
I'm not like the big guy.
You mean you go out in public?
No. I'm not like the big guy who just went to the store, found the puppet, and made the puppet a star.
Wait. We're back. So I'm the star again?
Hey.
Last time we talked about this, you thought you were the star.
I am the star, but like I said, I'm not like the big guy.
You're not even on camera.
Now I'm on camera. Okay, cool, great. Yes. But yes, I'm not like the big guy who just went to the store, found the lousy little puppet, and made him a star. Think he's a tough guy. Really not.
Joe, it's not easy being the star.
Hey, it's not.
It's a lot of stress, a lot of weight on my shoulders. Do I have shoulders? I got shoulders. Yeah, there's a lot of weight on them. But and on top of being the star, I do a lot of work around here. I write articles. I do all the sound mixing. I do all kinds of stuff.
Okay, sound mixing. Gotcha. What kind of sound mixing you do?
Well, I control all the audio for the podcast itself. I'm operating the soundboard. I can't figure out the video apparently, but I think that's your fault.
Okay. It's my
What?
Hey.
Yeah. Okay, Stan, you are definitely not the star. That is not. But we're not. No one's talking about Roman right now.
Hey.
He said that it's ridiculous that Roman was gone for so long and just comes back and still thinks he's the star. I am not the Roman of this operation. That's not factual.
He's the head of the table. Leave him alone, y'all. Leave him alone. Leave him alone.
Stan, no, just okay. Stop ranting. It's unnecessary. Okay, everyone knows Stan doesn't like Roman Reigns. Okay, get out of here, Stan.
Hey, wait. Hey, Stan. Before you go, Stan.
Stan, get back here.
Before you go.
Stan.
Before you go.
Stan, come back. Stan.
Come back.
I didn't mean to hurt your feelings. I'm sorry.
Okay, well,
I didn't mean to chew you away.
No, it's okay. It's okay. Hey, Stan. Next week, me and you gotta make a good bet, okay? So next week, okay? Great.
Yeah. Stan says he won pretty good money on Logan Paul.
I know. And tell him.
Thanks to Tommy Fury and KSI fight was rigged.
Yeah. Hey, Stan.
I think the whole thing was rigged.
Stan, I need you to get 500 from the big guy, okay? Just wheel the 500 out of the big guy and make a bet this weekend, okay?
Stan says he has some crypto coins you could invest in. And he also has NFTs.
Oh.
He said he's going to pump and dump them just like Logan Paul. Okay, all right. We're not. Yeah.
Okay.
We're not.
Okay. Wrong person make that way.
That's not. I feel like that's shaky ground. And you watch the coffee guy on. All right. Yeah. And it's a scam. The big guy thinks everything's a scam. You know, I mean, most things are. All right, yeah, all right, man. That's that's how. That's a bit too. That's a bit too much for our show.
Yeah.
Cryptocurrency is a big word for Mark.
I bet. Okay.
All right. With all that, thank you everyone who's been checking us out on Instagram. I'm going to get the big guy in here. I'm going to get this camera moved back so his big head will fit. Thanks for coming in with us, Joe. I don't know what's wrong with your stuff. Figure out how to be on camera.
I'll try my best, okay?
Where you at?
I'm right here. I see you. I see my reflection. I see everything, but I guess y'all can't see me, so.
I don't see you. I see some Ninja Turtles.
I see your Bullet Club hat, the beard, the green shirt. I see the whole kit and caboodle.
You see this shirt?
I see the shirt. I do. Okay.
Japanese death match?
Yeah.
This is from Meat Drip.
Okay.
I don't know. You've seen. I've shared a bunch of their posts on our stories.
I did see it. Yes, I saw it. I saw you all.
They do like fake band shirts. So
okay.
Shirts are like metal bands. I got one that's lactose and has the wolf skull, so it looks like a real death metal band. But that's not a real band.
I thought it was a real band. Shoot, I thought it was.
Nah. Gives them a lot of opportunities to come up with some creative stuff like Japanese death match and a Jack Turtle in a wrestling ring. Right up my alley.
Yeah, that's something that is up your alley. I ain't gonna lie. That is up your alley.
What a week in pro wrestling, Joe.
I mean, it was good. Good and bad.
What was bad? What was bad?
Tony Khan and his lovely tweets he put out.
I'm glad you brought it up so I didn't have to.
I was watching like Jim Cornette and his little podcast and how they was talking about all them tweets. I'm like,
you were watching Cornette?
Hey, it popped up on recommendation when I was watching YouTube today. So I wanted to hear the side of view. So
Is Cornette guy? Are you a Cornette guy?
I'm just gonna say this: if you watch it and some of the things he talk about, he actually has some good common sense about on some of the things they bring up.
You think Jim Cornette has common sense?
I'm just saying on certain ones, if you watch it, he has some good common sense on certain ones, on certain topics. He has common sense on certain topics in wrestling.
I gotta be honest, you're not the guy who I would think would have an agreement with Jim Cornette.
I mean, I watched it. I heard him. I ain't gonna repeat what he said, but some of them was pretty good. And he,
On what level of getting us canceled did Jim Cornette have an opinion of Tony Khan?
he said he called him. I got you on the show. I want to get kicked off. So his dumb effing self replying to the dumb effing followers. He needs to go see personal help if he got something going on in his family right now, death or dealing with that. And talking about Title Tuesday. WTF. There was no title defense on Title Tuesday. WTF. What is Title Tuesday? He just repeated over and over. Title Tuesday, Title Tuesday. And WTF. Nothing happened.
Oh shit, that's right. I forgot that episode of Dynamite was Title Tuesday.
Yes.
Why the hell was he calling it Title Tuesday?
It was his birthday. So he made it like Title Tuesday.
But didn't have any titles defended.
Yeah. And then he went on talking about how they made it 30 minutes commercial free at the last minute when he knew NXT had it commercial free first.
So before we get to my take, what is your take on, I guess before we even get to talking about the shows, I guess there's a lot of elephants in the room when talking about AEW this week.
Mm-hmm.
I guess you brought it up, so we'll start with Tony Khan's tweet. What's your opinion? Like, do you just agree with what Cornette felt?
I agree with Cornette felt. I really did, because the gifts the gifts he sent back to people, talking about this, talking about that. Nah, Tony Khan, I don't know if he had a little bit too much to drink or something that day, but he wasn't himself. He really wasn't himself.
Or was he?
Or was he? I don't know.
So, I mean,
I would say
years, Tony Khan has kind of made it a point to feel personally attacked by business decisions WWE,
mm-hmm.
or just things they do, and I mean, let's be honest. From day one, AEW was taking stock in WWE, right?
They grabbed all the good releases, yes.
I mean, I think that maybe Triple H said the Pissant Company line at the Hall of Fame thing first. But the Elite, Cody, were taking shots at WWE on being the Elite before AEW was ever even going to be a thing.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, the premise of the Bullet Club was paying homage to factions of yesteryear, while they were kind of taking shots at WWE out the gate once the Bucks and Cody and Kenny were involved, right?
That's right.
And I feel like on TV, that's all fair to poke fun at the competition.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of what pro wrestling is, right?
It is.
For some reason, it seems as though Tony Khan takes a lot of this stuff personally, and it's a very bad look for him as the owner.
I know what it is. He said a couple interviews. I don't know what interview it was, but he said he would want not everybody to see him as a business person, but he wanted everybody to know that he is also a fan, and he will address everything as a fan and not as a business person.
That's stupid.
So,
Like,
so
it's just dumb.
I'm
Like,
just. He said, I don't know what interview he said it, but he said it wasn't like that, but it was somewhere along that line where he said he's not going to talk to fans as a business. He's going to talk to them as a fan. He's going to address everything as a fan, and he wants people to know that he's not running business like as a business person. He's giving the fans what they want, and he's going to make everything as fans' point of view, and as him being a fan, he's gonna make you have your dream match, and not in a business way.
I want you to remember that, because I want to come back to that.
Okay.
All right. So I want to talk a little bit about the tweets and just that behavior in and of itself. And then I want to come back to Tony Khan wanting to do things as a fan, for the fans, and not as a businessman, because I think that's very important. So all the tweets that he sent out, kind of sneakily calling Shawn Michaels and Triple H bald assholes.
Yeah.
Choosing the 1-year anniversary of his mom being in the hospital and going through her health scare, and then using that as a way to take another shot at WWE after the Tuesday night war. We'll call it that. Still taking those shots of, well, a year ago my mom was in the hospital and WWE was trying to tamper with contracts. Now, when Tony said that a year ago, it seemed like, oh man, shoot, big bad WWE trying to tamper with contracts. Do you believe that actually happened?
No.
He said that he had to step away from his mother's hospital bedside and deal with that. Now, Tony Khan's a billionaire. He's the son of a billionaire. Running a large corporation in AEW, Jacksonville, all the things they're involved in. They have a legal department. They have lawyers who solely work for them. Isn't that who would handle contract tampering?
Yeah.
So why would Tony Khan be stepping away from his mother's hospital bedside to address contract tampering? If WWE was doing that, if that's a real thing that took place, they would have sued them.
I know.
So
besides,
that, to me, I'm not saying that's a lie. I'm just saying generally, when billionaires who run multi-million-dollar a year, hundreds of million-dollar a year companies who have legal teams that work for them are dealing with this situation where another corporation is doing contract tampering, they would sue them.
Yeah.
San Francisco 49ers aren't trying to sign players from the Jacksonville Jaguars who are under contract, and Tony Khan's lawyers are involved. So I'm supposed to believe that WWE is trying to do that with professional wrestlers, and Tony Khan's handling this hands-on. He's getting phone calls, and he has to do this right now.
Not think about it was.
Doesn't seem realistic, does it?
No. I can remember one thing. Triple H said in the interview, I don't remember when it was, but he said he was not dealing with contracts with other people at this very moment because they don't got room right now to hire more people. So he said he's not worried about the other companies when their contracts expire. He's just gonna wait it out until the right time when it gets to that time frame to get whoever.
And then, do you ever see any of the solely AEW focused wrestling pages, the Instagram, Facebook, wherever it may be, where it's just like this "we love AEW" and everything else sucks kind of pages? You ever seen those?
I've seen a couple pop up. Yeah.
There's WWE ones where it's very, very ingrained in tribalism behaviors of if WWE is the greatest thing ever, everything else is the indies and it sucks. And then on the flip side of that, you have the AEW pages where it's Tony Khan walks on water, WWE is this evil corporation, and their wrestling's terrible. It's for kids. You have those kinds of things.
Mm-hmm.
One thing I often see in a lot of those AEW tribalism groups is this weird behavior of they will talk a lot of shit about WWE on the pages for WWE, on pages that aren't WWE pages. If it's WWE did great, they're always there and they'll tell you something about it's terrible because of X, Y, and Z. Vince is this, that, and the other thing. Roman never wrestles. They're always there to do that. And then whenever somebody gives them something back about AEW, they feel attacked.
Mm-hmm.
It's always, it wasn't that somebody just told me they didn't like AEW and somebody told me they didn't like AEW and they're going to break into my house and do dental work on me while I'm sleeping. It's always really far out there, nonsensical threats that don't make any sense.
It don't.
That's Tony Khan's behavior. Tony Khan is acting like one of his own fanboys with this shit with WWE.
I know.
It couldn't be we moved to Tuesday night because we had to. NXT is always on Tuesday. They did better than us in the ratings. Congratulations. Or even don't even acknowledge it. Instead, he had to go and make a comment about John Cena and The Undertaker. Instead, he had to go and attach big bad WWE to his mom being sick. He comes off like a sore loser in a fight that he absolutely can never, ever win. And I say that as a fan of AEW. AEW will always be number 2. They will never beat WWE. They will never put Vince out of business. Eric Bischoff was so stupid in the 90s, he thought he was going to do it, and he failed. Tony Khan and AEW will never, ever surpass WWE. And that's perfectly fine. They don't have to.
Mm-hmm.
It's good to be number 2. Nothing wrong with that. They were set out to be the alternative to WWE. That was the idea of AEW. Not to be WWE, because you're never going to be that. And for Tony Khan to behave this way, it's just a bad look. It's a bad look for him overall. The speculation, all the talk online is that WWE seemed to tweet about John Cena and Undertaker as a declaration of war. If that's the case, Tony Khan really shit the bed. He really, if now with the Endeavor, the TKO deal, the pockets are much deeper in WWE when these contracts are up in AEW. What's he going to do if they do back up the Brink truck and they sign away Ricky Starks and they sign away MJF and they sign away... Well, Darby Allin's probably working on a limited time frame for his career anyway. So if they sign away MJF and Ricky Starks in January, what happens then?
You lose two top people. That's about it.
And then how long before they just keep poaching them? Why pick that fight? Why pick that fight that you can't win?
Because you want to fight. You want to make everybody believe that. What's the good word says? It's like Target versus Walmart. Who would win? Who would win?
So
you got to pick.
Target will always be number 2. It's not,
okay. I'm okay.
It's not the same place.
It's not the same place, but you got same places, different prices. One is going to win. You rather go to the one that makes you happy or the one that doesn't?
I mean, man, as an AEW fan from day one, it bothers me for Tony Khan to be that way. And I'm not the AEW fan, but I like pro wrestling. So I like AEW. I like WWE. I like Impact. I like the NWA. That behavior makes hard to want to support Tony Khan. Like where Cody talks about like the problem that he'll never talk about. There was a reason why he left AEW, and everyone else was CM Punk. That was the problem.
Nah, it's something different.
I don't think it was Punk.
You think it's Tony Khan? Huh?
When AEW started, who was the face of AEW?
Jericho.
Cody.
Well, he had the belt first.
Media calls. Cody did the media scrums. Cody did the radio shows. Cody did all the interviews. So, if you went to an AEW show in the beginning in 2019, the end of the show, after the last dark matches happened, Cody came out to the ring. Cody talked to the crowd. Cody was the one sending you home happy. Somewhere along the way, Tony Khan started doing that. Have you been to an AEW show?
I've been to one.
When did you go? What year?
After the pandemic, it was the one they had at the Wolfstein. Yeah, Wolfstein. It was.
Was that Cody's last match?
Yeah, that's the one.
You went to Cody's last match. Did Tony Khan do the thing where he came out and the crowd chanted Tony, thank you, Tony, for like 5 minutes straight? Did that happen?
Yeah. I think it did happen. Yeah.
If that wasn't a thing before, 2019, it wasn't thank you, Tony, thank you, Tony, thank you, Tony. It was Cody and the Bucks and Kenny. Then it became Tony Khan really wanted to be loved by people. And if you look at the time frame of attending live shows for AEW and like as the company progressed, it's growing and it's going to change, it's going to grow and it's going to evolve, but it's become a lot more of the sports entertainment they didn't want to be. And that Tony Khan has become, my opinion, increasingly egotistical. And right there, I guaranteed we're never getting media credentials for an AEW show. But
I could get it.
I just,
you know what it is?
I don't understand why you pick a fight with WWE the way that he did. Because it just comes off gross.
I know what it is.
It comes off like a sore loser who's now grasping at straws of, well, The Undertaker and John Cena were on, they didn't get 1 million views, so I guess technically my 300,000 won, or 600,000, whatever it was.
You know what? I really didn't think the Undertaker was going to be there. I seen a little hype up talking about Undertaker versus Goldberg. I'm like, he ain't going to show up. He really wasn't going to show up. Then we get to the end of the match. That's bam. You hear the dome. Then you hear the badass. I'm like, oh, yes, he is there. Okay.
What'd you think of Taker showing up on NXT?
Oh, man. I'm glad he retired. I'm saying that next way.
Taker don't got another match anymore. He doesn't need that.
I'm just saying, I'm glad he retired, but I seen him when he got in the ring, when he did some of his moves. Ooh, you can see Father Time getting to him. That's all. That's
give everybody, man.
That's the best chance I can take. Father Time really catching up to him.
I think NXT was a good show, and I think Dynamite was a good show.
Mm-hmm.
The Orange Cassidy getting that title again, interesting. I think we're going to see a character change with Orange Cassidy with this title run, which will be interesting.
Yeah.
I think Collision last night had good matches.
It did. It really did. I was shocked, but it did have some good matches.
The big thing that came out of Collision last night, sadly, is people talking about the attendance and how empty the arena was.
Yeah. I keep telling
I
you,
shared
it's
that on
Saturday.
Instagram, and it's important that I say this. I still don't believe live attendance truly matters in pro wrestling today. For a major company like AEW or WWE, it's not about that. I feel like they probably generate more revenue from the Rick and Morty thing going around the display board than they do from ticket sales anyway. It's about the advertising. But
I think it's more because this Saturday, it really wasn't a good Saturday because most people having Halloween parties early in October, so you're gonna see a lot of attendance drop in October for Halloween parties.
so I don't even think it's that. I think the issue is twofold. One, they were in Toledo.
Yeah.
Toledo, Ohio isn't exactly a hotbed for anything.
Yeah, I'll go with that.
It's not a huge population, not a major metropolitan area. They don't have an NFL team. No pro sports coming out of Toledo. So there's not a big market. With that said, when WWE was there, they sold out the arena. And I think it was even a bigger arena. I think it was the same arena. But we aren't far from Toledo.
I know. 3 hours.
Did you know they were going to be in Toledo?
Huh?
When did you find out that they were going to be in Toledo last night?
I didn't know.
I found out this past Tuesday on Dynamite.
Really?
Yeah. We're an hour away from Toledo, an hour and a half.
90 minutes the most. 90 minutes.
They didn't advertise that in a way that it would get to us. I seen that Brian Danielson did something on a morning news station in Toledo yesterday morning, but I didn't hear it on the radio. I didn't see it on TV. Now, granted, our radio and our TV is Cleveland. We're in Cleveland market. That's an hour and a half away.
I think they just broadcast this all on like that area where they're going to be at. But
I don't think they even do that. Because you think about whenever AEW was just in Cleveland, I didn't hear it on the radio. I didn't see it on TV.
see, this is one thing I could say between AEW and WWE. At least WWE lets you know where they're going to be at. Even if it's in a small town or a house show, they'll still let you know, hey, October 22nd, we're going to be in Greenville, Texas.
So AEW was 90 minutes away from us last night. I didn't know about it, so I didn't go. I found out on Tuesday. Not enough time for me to get things in order to go. WWE is going to be in Cleveland, which is a half-hour drive for me, in December. We've had our tickets for weeks now.
For real? Oh, damn.
Why? Because they advertised it to us.
Yeah, they always advertise like 2 or 3 months in advance.
So where you talk about Tony Khan said he runs the promotion like a fan for fans, that's why you only get half the arena filled. He's too focused on the hardcore wrestling fan. And here's the reality. Hardcore wrestling fans don't go to shows. It's few and far between. You have tons of reasons for it, but the reality is most of the fans that you find on these comment sections on Facebook, on these different internet wrestling community pages that are talking so much shit about the live attendance of AEW shows, they don't buy tickets and go to wrestling shows. I buy tickets, I go to wrestling shows. I don't care how many other people are there. The less people there, the happier I am. It doesn't affect the product I watch on TV. It doesn't affect the product I'm enjoying while I'm in the arena. The less people that are in the arena with me, the happier I am. There's less lines to go take a piss. There's less lines to go and get nachos. There's a good likelihood I can wander around and no one's going to get pissed. I want less people there. I don't want more.
And there's always a good chance they're like, hey, go sit down closer.
Yeah. You know, and there's so many people who are up in arms that AEW is going out of business because they can't sell out a 6,000 seat arena. They should focus on smaller arenas. We don't know what kind of deal they work out. No one's in the back office for AEW letting this information out of how much they got that arena for.
And you got to think about it. They don't go to major stadiums or arenas. They just go to like your secondary one.
Well, when Cody did his last match in Cleveland, they were at the Wolfstein Center, smaller arena.
Yeah.
When I just went to Collision, they were at Rocket Mortgage, bigger arena. But they only ever intended to be at a limited capacity anyway. The upper level in Rocket Mortgage was tarped off from the get-go. They didn't intend to ever sell those seats. Whenever we came in, security was talking about what the expected attendance was, and it was not that full capacity. I can't remember what they said, but it wasn't full capacity anyway. They never intended to sell that many tickets. And who knows why? I don't know what the logic is. I don't know if it's a need to have more security or police for traffic if you have so much. There's a lot of factors that go into putting on a show that size.
I know.
But I think the reason why they're not telling these places out is because Tony Khan just expects his fan base to just know. And they're not paying attention.
You know what it is? You know what it is? It's because they advertise their shows during commercials, and most people walk away during commercials. But if you look at WWE, before they go to the commercial, and then they'll advertise, we're going to be here this week, then go straight to the commercial.
Well, for a while, AEW was having Excalibur do the rundown of all the places they were going to before they go to a commercial break.
I remember that.
Yeah. And I just think that Tony Khan's behavior to run it like a fan for fans, like, if he was that in touch with his fan base, his hardcore AEW fan base, he would understand that a good amount of his fan base for AEW won't buy deodorant to go to the shows. So you have a whole huge chunk of them buying tickets. Right? I mean,
you know what he should do? If I was Tony Khan, what I would do if I want my fans, if I want people to come back, I would start the new year 2024 way better. Like, just do a refresh, reboot on everybody. Like, well, except for the champion MJF, but reboot the show, reboot everything, and just make a big apology how he did the tweets.
You wanted to do the authority thing where they came out and just blamed everything on Baron Corbin?
But I wouldn't blame on Barry Corbin. I'd blame it on myself for being a dummy.
You know what? If he would do that, he should come out and blame Baron Corbin. He should do what the McMahons did. They blamed Corbin. He should do it too.
At least
here's the thing: the AEW is fine. The stories right now are really good. There's a lot of great character work happening and tons of great matches. I think the marketing isn't great because they're not advertising to the people to go to the show. If I were to give advice for 2024 for AEW, I would go back to the rankings. I would bring the rankings back. I would bring back the win-loss records in the rankings. use competition and sport to tell the story. Because that's different.
Yeah, that is different.
Not that I'm a guy who's going to be like, oh, I hate all the stories in wrestling, because I don't. The stories are fantastic. I'm the first one to say my least favorite part of professional wrestling is the wrestling.
Nah,
I like
your
the
least favorite part.
stories and the entrance and the pyro. And give me goofy wrestling. I like that.
And you forgot to mention your least favorite part is the women wrestling.
I wasn't going to say that.
I said it for you. I said it
Good
for you.
that would upset folks, but that is my least favorite part. And it's not even that. It's that. It's that part of the programming isn't booked for me. It's booked for somebody, but that somebody ain't me. But I think the win-loss records in the rankings, having your number 4 guy versus your number 3 guy to try and get to that number 2 guy, to then be the number 1 guy and fight for a championship, that's a story all by itself. Then you can throw in all the extra drama shit or comedy shit, whatever it is to make it better. But if the underlying story of everything is competition, the show writes itself. You can add character work on top of that, which is what they were doing in the beginning. I don't know why they got away from it. I bring it back.
I think they stopped doing it because they felt like maybe nobody was paying it that much of attention. Maybe they just felt like it was just a waste of time saying it over like, hey, Orange Cassidy is like zero loss in 300 days champion. They probably just got tired of saying it.
There was a missed opportunity with the rankings and the win-loss records for fantasy pro wrestling.
Mm-hmm.
If like how DraftKings would do it, and counter moves before DraftKings would do it for MMA, where on like a UFC night you would pick your team of 5 fighters.
Yeah.
How they performed, how your points worked out. If they would have utilized the ranking system and wins and losses to partner with someone like DraftKings, or make their own app and get that interactive thing from the fans, where every Wednesday night, or even the have a season, you picked your team of 5 wrestlers for the season, and how they performed, ranked you in a worldwide leaderboard and prizes. Your fans would have been hooked in. They would have made money from the app. They would have made money from advertising on the app. Fans would have been engaged. They would have been rooting for their team, for their wrestlers they put on their teams.
Yep.
And it would have been different. I see a lot of people whose remarks are like, AEW is going down the same road WCW went.
Well, you are letting. Okay, what's good to say? In a nice way, you do got wrestlers who know the business, but you do got them running like they're at the asylum.
Yeah, I think Tony being such a fan leads him to be a little bit more kind to wrestlers and allow them to not do business. Matt Hardy recently on his podcast said that he felt the same way. There's probably people who've taken advantage of Tony Khan's kindness and not been willing to do creative that was written for them because they just didn't want to. So they got to sit at home and work until something else was done they were willing to do.
And that's the thing. He let them get away with creative control. That's another thing. Creative.
I have no idea who it could have possibly been that Matt Hardy would have been talking about, of someone who creative had a plan for, but he didn't want to do it. So instead, Tony Khan allowed him to sit at home.
No.
Don't know who that could have been. Don't know who Matt Hardy could have possibly been talking about, who could have taken advantage of Tony Khan's kindness and just sat at home until there was creative that he was in favor of. No clue who he could have been talking about.
I don't believe it.
And if that's the case, not saying that it is, just speculation.
Okay.
What a waste to let that guy just do it at home for any reason. You're not going to get him over.
I mean,
I like him. I'm a fan.
I do too. It is what it is, I guess. Shoot.
Pretty sure they probably sold five times as many Redeem These Nuts Eddie Kingston shirts than they ever sold Miro shirts.
That's because Eddie Kingston gets along with the fans. That's all. Eddie Kingston, he talks, he says what's actually on his mind, and gets away with it.
I see that thing that said, like, who's the most believable wrestler? And, man, Eddie Kingston's right up there because Eddie Kingston seems like he doesn't understand that pro wrestling is a work. He's a believable guy.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of things that I've been critical of Eddie Kingston for over the years. But I think I really want to be Eddie Kingston's biggest fan. I just hate the spinning back fist. Because that part of his whole thing is unbelievable. That's not a believable finishing move for that guy.
Yeah.
It doesn't look good. It doesn't look like it would knock somebody out. Jericho's Judas effect looks like, most of the time, looks like a knockout blow.
I agree with that.
That kick looks like a knockout kick. Kingston's back fist just doesn't. But everything else about Eddie Kingston is really believable.
Yeah.
He could still use steroids. I'll say that.
Okay, we'll go with that.
He could be in better shape.
He could be, but I say if what he said he got ADHD, depression, and what else he said he got? He got something else. I don't remember what it was. But I think that might be another reason why he's good, because he's letting people know that you're not alone. He's suffering the same thing your average day person suffers with every day.
Yeah, and I think that just Eddie Kingston, just when he's on the mic, he's just being him. It's just dude from New York, just talking shit.
Not doing it.
Stories, talking shit. Eddie Kingston's promo with CM Punk might be one of the best wrestling promos of the last decade.
That was heat. That was real.
Even his one with Cody, whenever he first showed up in AEW, that open challenge for the TNT title, that was like a good promo. I think it's just because it comes from the heart whenever he delivers a promo.
Even the one with Claudius was okay. That was okay. The one with Claudio.
And they've been doing that for like 20 years too. So like, and again, there was a point in time where Eddie Kingston was the guy who sent the fans home happy. He come on, talk this out. But now it's Tony. But yeah, I think if they brought back the ranking, I think that'd be a good thing for AEW. I don't see them as being the next WCW. I don't think they're in trouble and they're going out of business next week. I did put in the thing about Tony Khan taking that shot at John Cena and The Undertaker. That may be his Shivani moment, where Shivani told us all that Mankind was winning the WWF title and everyone changed the channel and never went back to Nitro.
I did do that. I remember that. I did do that. I ain't gonna lie. I did do that.
Yeah. These tweets by Tony Khan may historically be looked at as that moment. I think it's all putting. That's not.
You know what it is? I think what Tony Khan really should do, he should follow in Vince's footsteps. He needs to just, in a nice way, fire Cody, fire the Young Bucks, fire Kenny, fire all the wrestlers that are the VPs, and get actual VPs. But keep him as a wrestler. Just fire him at the VPs.
I don't believe they do any EVP work.
Mm-hmm.
I believe they haven't been real EVPs in a long time, if they ever were.
Mm-hmm.
I think a lot of that was just like, let's just give them EVP because it's funny that the Young Bucks are the EVP. I think Cody's probably the only one who like truly operated like an EVP.
Oh, it's in his DNA. It's his daddy. He learned from his dad, who wrestler, business, coach.
Yeah.
He did everything.
And I truly believe Cody did a lot there. Why I think the product is so different without it. Not that the product's bad. I don't want anyone to take it as I'm saying the product's bad, because I don't feel that way. I just feel like it's very, very different. It feels different at an AEW show today than it did in 2015. It just doesn't feel the same. Still good. Still have a great time.
It's still good. I got you.
I will definitely be going back when they come back this week. It's a great time. It's a great show. Whether there's 14,000 people in the arena or 4,000, I'm having a great time.
Yeah. I would go to a Collision just to see the hype on a Saturday night. Hey, I'm there Saturday watching it live.
Collision was a great show.
It is a great show.
Tons of Ring of Honor matches that were really good. It's a good time.
Yeah, I'm just saying Collision. Just saying Collision is like better than Dynamite. Even though it's on Saturday, Collision is better than Dynamite.
I mean, so far it has been. I feel like now they're going to be much more the same show because there's not that tough roster split anymore because Punk's gone.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think Punk was going to WWE?
All right, I'm going to say, here's my two opinions. If he does show up in Chicago, it's going to be a surprise. But in reality, I really think he's not going to go back. I really don't think. I mean, you got to look at it this way. Booker T said it best on his podcast. He didn't get let go from WWE. He got fired. He didn't get let go from AEW. He got fired. So why would they bring back somebody who got fired from two major companies?
I mean, I don't know. I don't know if Punk carries enough of a fan base for WWE to re-sign him. I think it was Booker who said it, that like his fan base wasn't enough for AEW to keep him. Why would WWE bring him on board?
Mm-hmm. And plus, if he did come back, the only major feud he got right now is with Seth Rollins. That's the only person he'll have a major feud with is Seth Rollins. There wouldn't be no Roman Reigns because Roman is barely there. It'll be Seth. Then you go from Seth, it'll be probably nobody. He ain't really got nobody face.
We had Dave saying that he hears that they want him to bury the hatchet with Roman and Seth.
Nah.
I mean, he already tried to go to WWE when they were in Chicago to apologize and make nice while he was still under contract with AEW before they brought him back while he was suspended. So he's been trying to go back to the company he talks so much shit about.
Okay. That'd be like saying WWE
is there a place
would hire.
Like, is there room for CM Punk in WWE?
No.
Where do you put it?
Like I said, the only major thing he would have right now is with Seth Rollins. And then if he moved on from Seth Rollins, it'll probably be maybe Austin Theory. Maybe Austin Theory.
I can see that. Oh, yeah, him and Cody.
And Cody.
Him and Cody for sure.
And then after that, he probably reunite with Kofi. Hey, traveling buddy, Kofi.
Maybe, man. I don't know.
But I don't think he's
Part
gonna
of
show
me
up.
thinks it would be really cool. Yeah, him and AJ would be good. Part of me wants to see it. Another part of me, like, I don't know. They don't need him. WWE does not need CM Punk at all.
You know what? I tell you this. If they did bring CM Punk back, the only thing I know he'll be good at is commentary. He could replace Michael Cole when Michael Cole time is up.
I mean, maybe.
Maybe because you gotta have a new commentary person. Michael Cole, I think, he's at 26 years right now. I would say Michael Cole will retire at 30. Go on a nice run. He did his time.
I would rather have Pat McAfee than have CM Punk.
But Pat McAfee got his little shows and everything too. He won't be able to do it.
You could have Punk come back and have him face Logan Paul.
That wouldn't draw no attention. It really wouldn't, because if you watch the latest CM Punk matches, he ain't in that good of a shape. He really not.
I mean, he's all right. They don't need Punk, but it would be a slap in the face to AEW. I mean, a little bit, sure. But at the same time, they fired him. He didn't quit. He quit WWE. AEW fired him. I guess technically WWE did too on his wedding day, but he said he was done. AEW's product is better without CM Punk. The shows are better. Matchups are better. Bryan Danielson main eventing Collision is better than CM Punk main eventing Collision.
That was good.
I don't know. I'm literally very split 50-50. Some days I really think Punk's coming back to WWE. Other days I think not a chance in hell. They're not bringing him back. Then they come out and say that speculation is they said that they weren't bringing him back, and that makes me feel like I'm getting worked. So that makes me think he is coming back, because as a wrestling fan, I think everything's a work. So Dave says Edge is his guy. Edge is not my guy. Edge doesn't look to be a lot of people's guy, because he ain't moving the knee. I know. That's me just taking an unnecessary shot at Edge, but not that I dislike Edge. Just never been an Edge head. Joe, did I lose you? I mean, I get it, Dave. Yeah, he doesn't need to be a needle mover. He could just, but What can Edge bring that Punk didn't bring? And we know he's got grit. You know that was a big thing in his WWE return. But I don't know, man. I don't know what Edge or Adam Copeland brings to the table that isn't brought from everybody else. I still think Christian had a better return. Let's see if we can get Dave on here.
I got to turn the camera. Here we go.
There we go.
What's up? What's up? What's up?
Oh, we got Dave. Dynamite Dave on the show.
That is correct. So you're over here talking about what does Edge do for AEW that Punk couldn't do?
Yeah.
Edge is there to do the things that Punk didn't want to do, and that's put over the younger talent and get them to the forefront of the card so they can build up for when MJF leaves, because MJF is gone in 2024. There's no way he is staying there. He's the top star. I don't care what people say. He's bigger than Roman. WWE needs him. He's a needle mover. He will move the needle. If I'm WWE, what I'm doing is, and I hate to say this, is I'm having Roman hold on to that title until 2024 and bring MJF in and have MJF take the title from him right then and there. I would have Cody beat Seth at Mania.
You would book MJF to take that belt off of Roman and not Cody?
Correct.
Dude, that's crazy. I don't know about that. I don't know about that.
I mean, you can't do Cody versus Roman again. You can't do that. Well, I mean, why can you?
Look at the reaction it got Friday night. That face.
Okay, yeah.
That crowd pop.
It got that reaction. You're right. You're 100% right. But let me ask you this. How long, if you take the belt off of Roman, do you leave it on Cody for? Because if you do that and you made him go through basically 2 years of fighting to get back to the story and put him through all these matches with other people, put the tag team titles on with him, on him and Jay, you're going to have to make him hold the title for at least a year. And I think what's going to happen here, I think Cody and Jay lose the tag team titles on Monday due to Sami Zayn. Sami Zayn's going to be in the bloodline.
You think he's going back to the bloodline?
Yep.
Nah.
Watch.
Sammy's the goody two-shoe guy. He's going back to goody.
No, I think that Kevin Owens is going bloodline, I mean.
Oh, okay.
Man, that'd be different. That'd be a curve I didn't see coming.
Well, the bloodline is up to spicing up the story more. There's one spot left in the bloodline. Who are you going to give it to? You going to give it to Rock's daughter, or are you going to give it to KO? KO knows how to get knows Sami Zayn in and out. He's Cody's friend.
Samoan family.
What's that?
They want the bloodline to be a whole full Samoan family.
Well, Paul's not Samoan.
Well, he knows all the family members from day one.
He's Samoan basement.
I don't know, man. I think Kevin Owens is going to go bloodline.
That'd be an interesting heel turn for KO. And it'd be different.
It'd be different.
It would be different. Man, that's what they need. They need to spice that up some. How are they going to keep doing it? Adding Roman and having Jay and Solo? Solo might be the one to turn on Roman.
And that was Mark the Monster's original pick last year. Solo was
What's that?
puppet friend, Mark the Monster, said Solo was going to be the one to turn on Roman and beat Roman like a year ago.
Well, I mean, I don't know. Wrestling is pretty interesting right now, but did you guys see the attendance for AEW last night in Toledo?
Yep.
We were just talking about that.
What do you think they need to do to get more people?
Advertise. Advertise to the casual fan.
I'm going to tell you, and I know, Jeremy, you hate me saying this, but it reminds me of WCW.
He calling you out. The inmates are running the asylum.
Because they were both number 2. AEW is just too focused on the hardcore wrestling fan. That's it. Market for the casual. Look, did you know AEW was going to be in Toledo?
I did know, because I know people who work for AEW that are local wrestlers that told me about it.
Okay, so other than that, did you see an
Well,
ad?
that's an
Radio
that's an AEW problem.
Exactly. They're not marketing to anyone outside of the audience they already have.
I don't think Tony's going to be able to survive if he keeps having the attendance the way he is and hire all these former WWE stars at big money. Edge is making $3.5 million for 2 years.
Damn.
$3.5 million for 2 years. And he said it wasn't about the money, it's about the money. He wanted to wrestle. Do you put the AEW title on him? Maybe, but you don't have him take it off of MJF. The person you have take it off MJF, and I hate to say this, and I hate him to death, Adam Cole. I am not an Adam Cole fan, but that's who you have take the title off him.
I think it should be Jay White.
No, I think it's Adam Cole. I think Adam Cole takes it off him after he comes back from his injury. Roddy gets him to turn on him, and Adam Cole wins the title.
I'm not mad about that. That's not bad. That's not bad.
The problem is the surgery. The layoff from the surgery. How do we bring Adam Cole back? And how do we keep MJF a babyface until then?
Well, that's a very good question. I mean, how would you make him? How would you keep him a babyface?
Have Jay White beat him.
Have Jay White be his partner?
No, beat him. Have Jay White take the title off of him. He looks like $1 million with that belt.
I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan of Jay White. I'm not a fan of Jay White.
Damn.
I don't like Jay White. To me, he's not a needle mover. He doesn't move the needle.
Neither does Edge.
I mean, I didn't say Edge moved a needle. He's just only going to do what he needs to do for AEW, what Punk was supposed to do.
I think that Jay White has the potential to be a needle mover. I think if we just rewind a month ago and you look at the landscape of Collision, Bullet Club Gold looked great. Great heel faction, loading up steam for our CM Punk feud. I have my own issue with Punk having that title on Collision, but whatever. Punk Jay White feud was going to be money. So you just do MJF Jay White. You could have MJF could go over the first one, then Jay White goes over and takes the belt, battle for a third, and maybe that's whenever you have the Adam Cole interference, get MJF his belt, then Adam Cole turns on him.
I don't know, man. I don't know. I mean, I'm just thinking that there's only 4 people in AEW that deserve to have that title. And the guy who's got it right now is number 1. Adam Cole's number 2. Jay White because of his wrestling, is probably number 3. And I would have to say, man, there's a hard choice between 3, 4, and 5. But if I'm putting a title on any one of them, it's them 3 right there. I'm not giving it to any former WWE stars. You need to break away from doing that. And that's what's going to be his downfall. All these AEW or WWE stars that are getting released, he's trying to sign them. He doesn't have enough room on his roster.
I think he's just signing these guys because he likes them.
Okay, so you're going to let guys, you're going to bring in Dolph Ziggler and let Brian Cage sit on the sidelines?
I'm not agreeing with that at all. I'm a huge Brian Cage fan.
I'm a huge Brian Cage fan too. You're going to bring in what's his name, Rick Boggs or Rick Boogs over what's the dude that Jake the Snake was managing? What's his name?
Archer.
Lance Archer.
Yeah, Lance Archer. You're gonna bring him over him. Where has Archer been at? He's not injured. He's not wrestling. You just brought Wardlow back.
Yeah,
You haven't gave Miro his shot yet neither.
You're not getting Miro over.
Your phone is echoing.
What's that?
You're not going to get Miro over in AEW.
You'll get Miro over if you put him back with Lana.
Then that's just getting his wife over, not him.
You'll get both of them over. You could go back to something like the Rusev Day. You can do Miro Day, something like that.
Right there, you prove my point with all the WWE guys who've gone to AEW. They will never do anything in AEW as meaningful as what they do in WWE, with the exception of Mox.
Jericho. You could actually have a beef where you could put the title on Sammy Guevara.
Sammy Guevara is a failed experiment. He's a failed.
They waited too long. And kept him with a fashion too long. He should have turned on Jericho a while ago.
They never should have done JAS, period. That shouldn't even have been a thing. That faction sucked.
Yeah, what happened to Jack Swagger or Jack Hager? Is he still there?
He's still there.
Yeah, he's still there. He's still wearing a purple hat. He still sucks. He's sucked.
Has he even wrestled in AEW? Has he wrestled in AEW the last year?
I don't know, man. Probably on Rampage, I would imagine. I don't know.
He attacked somebody. When he was in JAS. I forgot who.
What about Ricky Starks?
Tag team champion.
Yeah, with Big Bill.
That's a bad gimmick.
Oh, there you go. That'll be a demise of AEW. It all reminds me of WCW all over again. Their lighting, their fans, the way that their set is. Tony Schiavone's on there, Jim Ross. All the former WWE guys are on there. It reminds me just of WCW. The only reason why I turn into AEW is because MJF. That is it. And Edge or Adam Copeland now. Them are the only two reasons. Everybody else there, I don't care about.
What about Darby Allin? I'm
not a Darby Allin fan. You got a 85-year-old Sting with him.
He's 65.
Okay, 65.
And he's probably going to be announcing his retirement this week.
Well, we'll see. But I'm not a big fan of that. Darby Allin's a great wrestler. His gimmick doesn't get over with me, just like Orange Cassidy.
You don't like Pockets?
No, he reminds me of a ripoff Carlito.
I like Orange Cassidy, man. I think the intergalactic title run was silly, but just because that belt is pointless.
The other good thing is that AEW's got that I like is one thing, and that's the Trios Championship. I like that. I like the Trios Championship. I mean, you got three guys that are together, and that is what is it? The House of Black.
Right now, trios champs are
The
the
acclaimed
Acclaimed
Billy
and
Gunn.
Billy Gunn.
Oh, I forgot about that. Scissor me.
Yeah.
That's like Billy and Chuck all over again.
Oh my God. A totally different gimmick, kind of.
Kinda, but it's the same.
It's a little different.
No.
So it's a little different.
It's kind of different. It's kind of.
But they're
I'm
not getting
waiting.
married.
I'm waiting for them to. Well, they already had Dustin being makeup again, and
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of talk of him running the Rhodes Factory wrestling for Cody. That he's supposed to be coming to the WWE here soon.
I ain't hear that.
I didn't hear that either.
Brandy was dropping hints on her thing with Chris Van Vliet that she said that Dustin's been hanging out with Cody and, they've been talking and, he's been over at the Rhodes Academy helping him do some wrestling and that his contract's coming up and he'd like to come with Cody again. I guarantee if Cody wins the belt at Mania, Dustin will be there.
I can see that. I could see Dustin going. I mean, he has never really done much in AEW after the initial stuff with Cody.
Let me ask you this question. What do you guys think about Nick Aldis?
I like Nick Aldis. I've been a fan for a long time.
He don't sound like a GM to me. He ain't sound like a GM.
Do you think he stays GM or do you think he gets in the ring?
He's gonna be GM for a while, but he don't sound like that GM type of person. He can get the crowd.
I agree with you 100% on that, Joe. I agree. I think he's there for bigger fish. I think you can actually get him over and give him a title shot against Seth or put that title on him, but you can't put the undisputed title on him. I think Nick deserves that. Nick has fought his way. He basically carried Billy Corgan's fucking NWA for what? A year and a half?
2 years.
Two.
We're getting more people in the stands than what AEW got.
They didn't have that many people in Cleveland, man.
Yes, they did. Go back and look at their show from Cleveland. Then go look at AEW.
He does got a point there. I gotta agree with him on that one.
There's no way.
There is.
How many thousands of people were at that NWA show? Like, dude,
I would say about 10,000 people.
at that NWA show? No way.
It was a big reunion show. They brought what's his face, the Funkasaurus. He's their champion. He was there. Nick Aldis was there. What's his face? Trevor Murdoch was all there. All the past champions from this past year. EC3. Everybody was there.
And EC3's promotion is now in NWA territory. And
What's that?
EC3's promotion, Exodus, I think it's called, is now in NWA territory.
Correct.
So their next NWA pay-per-view is actually going to be in Cleveland also.
Yeah. And then here's the other thing. Tony Khan bought Ring of Honor, right?
Yeah.
Have you really seen anything from Ring of Honor since he bought it?
It's on its own streaming platform. So you got to be part of Honor Club.
And you gotta be at the show like an hour before and stay an hour later, watch the whole Ring of Honor things.
Yeah, I want to go to an AEW show where there's 6,000 people.
The Ring of
have
Honor
big names.
is in Cleveland is great. I tune into Ring of Honor if it's on Thursday.
Listen, ECW in its prime in the bingo hall outsold AEW.
I mean,
Come on. You got to get the fence.
80,000 people at Wembley.
You mean the 60,000 that they said was 100,000?
You give her take.
You put the WWE there, they sell 140,000. Yes.
Ooh.
Yeah, I agree with that.
All you have to do is put Reigns there, and you put Seth there, and you're selling that. You can even put Cody, because Cody is kind of like the new John Cena of the WWE.
Oh no.
Not with
Cody ain't never gonna be
title-wise, not title-wise, popularity-wise.
I agree with that. He's one neat babyface.
I think it's time. I didn't really think before Cody was a star, but one thing he can give AEW, and the one thing that the WWE is smart to do, is it hasn't been announced yet, but slowly but surely, Cody has been working on some things behind the scenes with booking and getting wrestlers over there. He was a very big part into getting Jade Cargill over there.
Oh, I'm
A
sure.
very big part. And he's going to be a very, very big part in getting Ricky Starks over there, and he's going to be getting a very big part of bringing MJF over there.
Yeah.
And if you bring MJF to the WWE, AEW's done. Done. You have no star to carry you to the future.
But here's my thing. If they did bring MJF's gonna have to chill with his little promo. He gotta make it the WWE version. He gonna have to cut back on everything.
I think that with Endeavor taking over, some things are going to change, especially with them going to the SmackDown's moving off of Fox, correct? They're going to USA Network.
Sometime soon.
And I wouldn't be surprised. I would not be surprised if they put that on Fight TV. UFC owns Fight TV.
I don't think so.
You sure?
I don't think. I think Fight TV is its own deal.
Yeah, Fight. They got sponsorships.
BKFC is on Fight TV. A bunch of GCW stuff on Fight TV.
Ain't UFC with ESPN Plus?
Yeah, UFC on ESPN Plus.
That's right. But I think there's going to be a lot of changes moving forward with SmackDown, and with them moving to the USA Network, they're going to open it up a little bit more.
And they could make it TV 14 too.
And how are you going to sit there and because I'm going to tell you, the next big star in wrestling, whether it's AEW or WWE, is MJF. How are you going to sit in a meeting with him and say, you got to tone it down some, bud? What sells? What brings people into the stands? How are you going to tell him to tone that down? You're not going to. And if you look at him and tell him that, he's just going to go back to AEW.
I agree with that. Well, with that, I want to know what everybody says. Let us know. Do you see MJF coming WWE? Dave, where can our listeners find you at?
Well, you can find me on Saturday mornings on Unscripted Live Radio. You can also find me on Sunday mornings on my Steel City Renegade. Do me a favor, go follow Redline Radio LLC on Facebook. Go subscribe to our YouTube channel, Redline Media Group LLC. Go do that, and that's where you can find me. And hopefully, I can get to come back on this show sometime, and we can get Jeremy and Joe on my show.
Absolutely, we'll figure it out.
Yeah, we'll figure it out, man. Maybe we'll break down our top 20 wrestlers of all time.
20.
We need 2 hours. Okay, we'll do 10. We'll do 10.
10.
Top 10 of all time and best WrestleMania.
Oh, that's no.
Okay, here's the thing. The 10 got to be in order, though.
I mean, that's up to you. I think the greatest wrestler of all time is, Ric Flair. He sold, he styled, he profiled. He did what he was supposed to do in the entertainment industry. He did. I think two would probably be Cena. 3 would probably be Austin. 4 would probably be The Rock. 5 would probably be Hogan. 6 would be Triple H, probably. 7 would probably be Sting. 8 would probably be Dusty Rhodes because he made an impact and he's still making an impact to this day on the business.
Okay.
9 would be probably Triple H.
You said Triple H already.
Okay. 9 would probably be.
Hey, David,
What's up?
can you stop talking so loud?
Okay, I'm sorry.
So you're getting too hyped up?
I'm just a loud.
Yeah.
I'm just a loud talker. I'm sorry.
Right. I'm not going to let you finish your sentence. We're going to stop it right there.
Okay.
That way we leave them hanging. Because I have no idea what my 10 would be. I agree with a lot of what you said, but Sting wouldn't even have been in my top 10, I don't think. But we will follow this up either on your show or back here on Don't Say the F Word. Thank you guys for checking us out live on Instagram. If you're not checking us out live, thank you for checking us out Spotify, YouTube, Rumble, wherever. Check out Meat Drip for your fake metal band shirts. Joe, you got any kind words for everybody?
I think you said it all.
All right. Until next time, everybody. Thank you, Dave. Thank you, Joe. We're out.